Hey, good morning, guys. As we know, last night we had a full moon, and the last 2 days have been a little bit crazy. A lot has been going on energetically wise because a lot of things are coming to fruition. Okay. Um, I decided to pull a collective energy on the opposing energies around you and what those people, things, or situations that have been affecting you. Okay. And as I told you guys, I'm going to be using tarot to read uh, the people who are not on the higher spiritual level just yet. And so I'm using the Edgar Allan Poe this morning to read this energy. Okay. From the perspective of those who are not in alignment with God. I'm gonna just put it that way. They're either not on their right path, or they're not. They're being disobedient. They're not wanting to grow. They know what they need to do, but they don't want to do it. Okay. Um, this is what I'm reading this morning. They're the energy of those who are not on their right path. Okay, in reference to your energy. Okay, in reference to you, and their energy in reference to you. Okay, so with the full moon, I just said let me just check the collective energy this morning, and what I got, the first card I got was the Five of Cups. Okay. So you guys know in tarot, this is the Five of Cups is about regret. All right, regret. So a lot of these people with this full moon are in regret. Okay. Now I'm picking up masculine energy here. Could be feminine and masculine as well, but it's a lot of authoritarian energy here. For me, I feel like some of you guys, I feel like this could be a counterpart, could be a parent, because he also comes out in the Emperor card as well. Okay. I feel like a lot of people were selfish. A lot of selfish people are going through a cycle right now where they are feeling regret about the fact that they only thought about themselves and what they wanted for themselves. They didn't really think about, you or people around them or how their actions were going to affect other people. It was basically all about me and what I want and what I need and so on and so forth. All right. Now, when you're dealing with people with this type of energy, I can honestly say that this is because these people have gone through childhoods. They could have like childhood trauma that they've never healed. Okay. Trauma where it's like, trauma where they've chosen to carry, their mom and dad maybe not nurturing them or not being there for them, or their siblings, not having their back. It could even be sexual childhood trauma, anything that would affect their ability to have compassion, humility, or empathy. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like, people are feeling regret with this full moon. All right. For some of you guys, you could also be finding out that somebody is sick or somebody has passed away. Okay. Yeah. The name Lenora Lenny could be significant. Yeah, the sun is setting. I feel like the sun is setting. And I'm also feeling this energy of people being forced to deal with their issues. It's like the sun is setting, and as it sets, it's illuminating to people or showing people their own issues. And I just feel like, this guy does not want to open his eyes and look at himself. There's somebody these are people who don't want to look, they don't want to take accountability and look at themselves. Okay. I'm going to use an oracle card on that. What did I say? Childhood issues. Okay? This is childhood issues. So we have Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Yeah, these are people who are adults, but they're children. You know, they're rebellious children. And this energy is, like I said, independent. They had to raise themselves. Okay? And so the philosophies, the mindsets, the way they think, it doesn't incorporate caring for anybody else's feelings but their own. Okay? It's kind of sad when you think about it, guys, because, you know, they're insecure. They have a lot of ideas of what they want to do, who they want to be, but they don't, in order to become that, they don't, how would you say, they don't have the know how to just go out and get it. It's like they feel like they have to overpower others or be better than others. So it's like a competition, which kind of makes sense though, because think about it. If you're a child and your parents not giving you attention, right? And what are you going to do? You're going to you know, want their attention any way that you can. So you're willing to compete with your siblings or with your parents' job or whatever else is around. And I feel like these people who are feeling regret with this full moon, I feel like they have done a lot of things selfishly and they feel it now, and they have to take a look at themselves and realize that the way they acted was immature or childish. And it just shows that they're gullible, they're naive, and they're immature, you know? And unfortunately, people like that get taken advantage of a lot. They do. And then when they get the chance, it's almost like they get bullied, they get taken advantage of. But when they get the chance, they don't bully back the people who bullied them. They've moved on, so now they bully other people in their life. Okay? So the second energy we have for today, the Five of Swords. And I told you, this is dismantling, being taken apart. Look at this. Down to the teeth, down to the eyes. This is dismantling somebody, okay? And so I feel like the Five of Swords is my abusive relationship card. It's abusive. It's narcissistic. This is my little narcissist card, okay? Where people are, I don't call it, I would say they have narcissistic tendencies, all right? And I'm going to tell you why I know they have narcissistic tendencies, because narcissists don't feel guilt and shame. They are incapable of it, okay? People with narcissistic tendencies, they can feel guilt and shame. They can feel sorry for what they did and true remorse. But a true diagnosed narcissist does not ever feel bad about what they did, you know? And it's funny because when I come across people who sleep with other people's spouses or, you know, and the reason doesn't matter. When you do what you want to do because you don't care about anybody else but yourself, you're not thinking about the kids, you're not thinking about, you know, families, you're just thinking about what it is that you want. That is a narcissistic tendency. That will put you in the Five of Swords, okay? And so I feel with this Five of Swords energy that people who have been very selfish, and their selfishness comes from issues in their childhood, either not having their parents there for them, could have even lost their parents at an early age, is what I'm hearing as well, okay? But this mindset that they adopted, you know, that I want what I want, or I deserve this, or I deserve that, it has brought nothing but regret to them, okay? And it has also shown them with this Five of Swords that they're the problem. They're the problem, okay? if they are having issues in their life, two fives in a reading can tend to be a lot of fighting, arguing. So these are the kind of people that can't get along with anybody. You know, you ever see those people that you're just like, every time I talk to her or him, they always they're always talking about what argument they had, or so and so said this, or so and so said that. And you're like, does this person ever just have a good friend, a good day? Like, do they ever have that? You know, because you're just like, damn, it must be a miserable existence to constantly be in a place where you're complaining about everybody else, and you have more complaints than you have, you know, joyous things that you can discuss in your life. You know what I mean? um it has to be said. And these are people who thrive off of the whole, oh man, that's so messed up that happened to you. But it's like, how long? When you're dealing with that person over and over again, you'll start to see it, right? You'll start to say, like, I've been dealing with this person for 5 years, 10 years, whatever, you know? And it's like they always are the victim. So are they really the victim? Are they really? It's like you have to start assessing it, and you start realizing, you know what? It's no way they could be the victim this much. Because they have to take accountability for something, don't they? But these are the type of people who will constantly make excuses for everyone else as to why they can't do their job. They can't make a relationship work, or their kids don't want to talk to them or deal with them, or their spouse is divorcing them or doesn't want to be in a relationship with them. It's always somebody else's issue. It's never theirs. Okay? So, let's put an oracle card on this. Okay, so one of the things that came out is 50-50. Okay? At this time, things could go either way. So I'm going to keep it real. I feel like this is like the stuff that they're going through, okay? The stuff that people are going through right now, it is partially their fault. They do hold a significant responsibility in what's going on with them, okay? But they don't want to take that accountability. They don't want to take that blame. All right? But some of them are being forced to do so. All right? So what does the 50-50 mean? The 50-50 means they have a choice, okay? People have a choice. You can either choose to take this regret, look at yourself, end this cycle, and change your ways, or you can choose to look at yourself, feel regret, and continue to stay in a cycle where you blame other people for your behavior, your bad behavior, or the things around you that have taken place in your life, as if you have no control in your own life. Okay? So people can either learn, or they can stay the same. Okay? So the third card we have here is the World card. All right? And as you can see, the World card is indicative of learning a lesson and closing out a cycle. Okay? Now, I feel like, I'm reading this in reference to you, collective. So I feel like this is, somebody who learned their lesson pertaining to you. All right? And the World card is also a major arcana card, which is God's card. So it's kind of telling me that they had to move on from you. God has ushered in a lesson to them that has made them realize they're not going to best you, or they're not going to be able to tear you down, or they're not going to be able to make you victim to their behavior. Okay? And so with the World card, this is like God telling this person, move on, Cletus. You know how I'm always saying, you walking over but you're limping back? This is God saying, listen, end this cycle. You have a choice. I am telling you to end this. To end this competition that you've been in with my collective. To end this talking bad about my collective. To end this being in regret about behavior that really you don't need to be in regret about. You could just change. Okay? I am telling you, God is telling this person, you know what the issue is. At least they know what half the issue is. Okay? These are also maybe people who may not be fully aware of their role in their issues. So it's like they see half of the problem, but they don't see the whole problem. Okay? If there's 10 issues wrong, 10 things wrong with their relationship or certain mindset they need to change, they only see 5 of them. That's it. Okay? So let's clarify that world card and see whether or not, how do they feel about God telling them they need to change their ways, they need to wake up. Oh my God. We got another card, Virgo energy. 2, okay? Now, if you notice, we have 2 here, all right? And we have 2 here. Guys, choices, okay? Considering the pros and cons, fate. 2 sides to every story, butterfly effect, 50-50 chance, unpredictable, can't decide, take a chance. For some of you guys, I'm not even going to lie to you. For some of you guys, this is still telling me that even with this full moon energy, that some of these people are still in a space of not sure if they're ready to, which way they're willing to go. Are they willing to end this cycle of behavior, take accountability for their actions? They're not, I mean, literally, it's saying they're not sure. They really aren't sure. They're considering the pros and cons. This is like the energy of, okay, well, if I decide to stop sleeping around, I won't get STDs. I won't be spreading STDs. I'll probably have better health. My skin will look better. But if I keep sleeping around, I get to please everything. I get everything that I want. And I get to continue to have physical pleasure. I get to have people who praise me for my sex. It's like they're weighing the pros and cons of actually making changes in their life. Isn't that crazy? Even though they know that they have these issues from their childhood that God is trying to show them. I mean, this, the energy that I'm kind of getting on this is like, these people are fighting. They're fighting. It's almost like fighting God. Fighting God, trying to show them that they need to heal. And I feel like they don't want to, they're like weighing the pros and cons of healing. This is crazy. It's crazy. What? Wow. That's crazy. All right, give me a card here. Higher self messages. What do these people know in their higher self? What do they know? Your dreams are never further than you can reach. So they know that what they want in their life, whether it's love, okay, they know whatever it is that they want, that they can have it. But it would require them to change their ways. Okay? The bottom of the deck, we have, when a new door opens, walk through it and begin again. So they have a choice. These people have a choice. They can choose to go for their dreams, which aren't that far off. But in order to do it, they have to walk through a new door, a new mindset. Okay? They have to change their ways. All right? They have to be willing to take full accountability, not just half, full accountability for their part in order to do it. Okay. Wow. Now, this is a message from their spirit guides. Whenever you talk to us, it never goes unheard. We hear every single word. This is your confirmation. We are assisting you, guiding you, and ensuring your wishes finally come to fruition. Be patient. Everything will come together for you. But see, that's the problem. A lot of these people are not patient. And they don't, the number one reason I see people end up sick, homeless, hungry, third party situations, what else? Jobless sometimes. People don't have patience nowadays, guys. They don't. They don't have patience. Okay? And we want what we want when we want it, even to our own detriment. And I mean, let's keep it real. Even when it comes to having kids, okay? The only reason people have kids out of wedlock is because they don't have the patience to wait for marriage. They think that they're going to force the hand and push it sooner. Some people push it sooner, thinking that, okay, well, I don't have patience to wait for them to ask me to marry them, or wait for to see if this is the right person. I'm just going to make it the right person, So we're going to have this kid, and I'm going to force this narrative. Other times, patience would apply where we don't have the patience to, to do the work that we need to do in order to create the life that we want to create. Okay? We don't have the patience to take the time to get to know ourselves, understand our bodies, our mind, and our spirit. We don't have the patience. We don't have the patience to save our money for things that we want, which is why we have credit cards and bank loans and debt. Because if we took the time to actually learn how to manage our money, we wouldn't have any of those things, would we? So the inability to be patient is the main reason that a lot of that we don't get what we want. We end up building karma on top of karma on top of karma, or we end up not breaking generational behaviors and generational curses because we're impatient. And these things aren't broken overnight. If your grandmother, great grandmother, or grandmother has a practice that they did, behavior, or your grandfather or has a practice, great great grandfather, and it just keeps getting handed down, and we don't try to break it. And sometimes we don't even know that we're breaking something that happened previously, but we don't even take the time to understand, our family lineage and certain things. We don't ask enough questions because we live in a society. What is it? Don't ask, don't tell. Family secrets, shit like that. I hate to say it, but it's true. So we don't ask because we've been programmed not to ask. And then we repeat the same behaviors or same cycles, not even realizing that our grandmother did it, our mother did it. But because we don't even know who they are, because we don't know what they did or didn't do prior to, So it's really messed up, because I feel like when we don't teach our kids, about our mistakes and our errors, then our kids are doomed to repeat it. I told one of my students, make sure you teach your kids about this, because if not, they're going to repeat the same thing that you did. And she was like, I'm already on it. Because she understands generational, behaviors and such. All right. So, all right. What are some of the issues that are underlying for these people that they need to understand to overcome what it is that to make this decision that they're making? Okay. Well, hold on for a second. I decided to switch gears. I'm going to end this with their message, and I'm going to move over to your message now, collective. Okay? So, Give me a second and I'll be right back with your message. I think they've had enough of our time. 25 minutes is enough. Let's go into what we need to know for this full moon. Okay, so I shuffled, right? And I was pulling. And look, the first card I pulled was the same card that they had. And I'm like, are you serious? So I'm going to put it back in. Because I'm like, Lord, but it makes sense. We're in the same energy. It's just we're applying it differently. So it does make sense, though. Okay. Holy Spirit. What does God's collective that are on the right path? The ones that are here with me. They know. They listen, if you're here, you're on the right path, okay? Because you're here with me, okay? Path of enlightenment. Okay, it says within a few weeks, all right? It says the situation or event in question will develop or unfold within a matter of weeks. So the energy that is coming around this full moon right now is going to play out for you guys within a few weeks. So from today to maybe a few, to me would be 2 or 3, but it could be tomorrow. It could be any time within these 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Spirit, what do they need to know about this full moon energy? Oh, wow. Beautiful. All right. So it's funny. Look at this. This is card number 8, right? And see the clock? Yeah, the clock. It's time clock. I feel like this is like seeing the changes over the next few weeks. And then we have the checkered flag. And this is Leo energy, number 9. Consecutive number. So we have conclusion, outcome, finale, completion, verdict, settled, results, signaling the end, finishing first, achievement, culmination, final chapter, endings, feeling relieved. So the next few weeks, you guys are going to be feeling relieved, okay, about something coming to an end. Now, for you guys, it could be pertaining to these people, all right? These people who have been, either gossiping about you or have mistreated you and they're in regret. There could be things that are happening pertaining to them, okay? Bottom of the deck, this is their energy. We have the fish hook, number 8, Aquarius energy, feeling helpless, paralyzed, vulnerable, trapped, okay? Con game. They got caught in their own con game, in their own manipulations, all right? And then behind that, we have avoidance. Yeah, these are people who some of these people don't want to avoid, they're trying to avoid their issues. They don't want to face reality. They don't want to deal with their own issues, And so I feel like in the coming weeks, there's a conclusion to the situation for you guys on the other end of the spectrum, okay? There's a conclusion for you. Whether it be that, their situations change, which improves, them bothering you. Let's see. Give me one more card here for Spirit. Give me another card for the collective in reference to this full moon energy. There we go. Again, Leo, look at this. Leo energy. 9 and 10. 9, look at this. 8, 9, 10 breaks down to what? 10 plus 0 is 1. A new beginning, okay? For some of you, these people will be wanting to come back, have a truce, agree to disagree, a ceasefire, a reprieve. Some of y'all could be receiving apologies. And this is Scorpio energy, okay? But look, Scorpio 2 and 9 is 11. Why? Because some of these people are choosing to transform. They are choosing to do the work, okay? However, there are some that won't. There are some that are choosing to balance out their life, heal their inner child issues, okay? Yeah. And they're worried now because they're like, well, I've never lived a life where I didn't think about myself first. Okay. They're worried about whether or not they're going to be able to bear fruit in their life, because these are manipulators, people who have lied, cheated, and done a lot of things, in the past. Okay. For some of you guys, they're worried about you moving on, which is why we have the ceremony card. They're worried about you moving on, getting married, moving on with your life. Okay. And, but that's just how things go. I like this energy for you guys. So, yeah, there's endings. You're going to be feeling some relief in the next couple of weeks. Okay. And we have the confident, heroic, messenger, fearless, fighting spirit, chivalry, honor, determined, obeying orders. And you know what? What did I say? Y'all obey orders. That's why certain things are about to play out in your life in a positive way. Okay? You were brave. You were daring. You were strong. You didn't just want what you want. You wanted to be obedient. You wanted to change. You wanted to grow. You wanted to evolve, and you did it. Okay? You did it. Period. Okay? It wasn't a question for you. All right? If any of you have a court case that will be settled, it will be settled in your favor in the next couple weeks. Yeah. Spirit, what did the collective have to deal with? What did you guys have to deal with? Now, bottom of the deck. For some of y'all, you had a bugaboo. Somebody that would not leave you alone. Somebody that wouldn't stop bothering you. Okay? Someone you felt that you couldn't even sleep with. For some of y'all, it could be, relationship related. Okay? Marriage related. And you're like, I would never. Spirit, what does the collective need to know pertaining to this full moon? So we have insecure. Some of y'all were dealing with insecure people. Okay? Insecure individuals. And those are the ones that are being told to step up and to change their ways. Okay? But I told you at the bottom of the deck, some of them are not. We got fake apology. Some of them are going to come in with a fake apology and it's not real. Okay? And so funny because I see this as you at this door with people, with these individuals trying to reach out or trying to heal things. And for some of you, you're like, listen, it's thank you. I don't need the apology. I'm okay. I really get this feeling of, a lot of you have also learned about giving yourself closure. And I have to give you credit for that and tell you how proud I am of you. Because you wouldn't believe how many people are always like, I got to speak to them one more time. I got to see them one more time. I gotta. And I'm like, okay, but, in other words, you haven't had enough punishment. That's what you're saying? Because that's what I'm getting. Okay? So I feel like, a lot of you guys, you had to overcome being insecure. Okay? And you did that. And you put a close to that cycle for yourself. So a lot of times when you look at the people who haven't done the work around us, it's usually because it's usually common that we used to be in that space. So not everything, but some of these things that these people have been feeling that need to do healing, we've been there. Like our parents most of us were latchkey kids. Okay. A lot of us didn't have storybook childhoods per se. All right. So it's like, if you're looking for a cookie, you can't get one over here because I had to bake my own and I had to do my own and heal myself. So I know that if I did it, you're capable of doing it too. And so that's like the biggest, you know, it's funny because for some of you guys, I feel this sense of people who disliked you because of your ability to triumph. Okay? People who treated you bad because of your ability to persevere and overcome. Okay? They knew that you were going to fight. They knew that you were brave. They knew that you were daring. They knew you were going to listen to God. And there's a part of them that was kind of jealous. But I'm going to tell you why. Because they don't have that kind of relationship with him and Yeshua. But this is the thing, you can have it. And this is why I hate religion, because religion makes you feel like, well, if I don't live my life perfectly, then I can't call on God. I can't pray to God. I can't do this. I can't do that. And that's not true. You know, I tell people all the time, you ever see that one person on drugs or homeless, and they've been around for like years, and you're like, I don't understand how the hell this person drinks, drugs, does all this stuff, and they're still alive? Because they may have favor from God. Even though their body is in addiction, their heart and their mind is with God. And they pray, some of them have a more prayerful life than we do. I'm going to keep it real. Okay? So you guys have been dealing with somebody who's insecure. Okay? And this is something that you guys overcame yourselves. All right? Give me one more card here for the opposing energy of what they're dealing with. Already knowing the tea. A lot of you guys, the issues that these people have, you already know. You already know everything. Okay? You already know that these people have childhood issues, if they've been molested, if they've gone through stuff. You know these things. You do. You know? You've just gotten to a point with yourself where you're just like, I'm good. Even if you, like I said, even if you had issues, I feel like coming with this full moon energy, a lot of you guys, if you've been feeling that, if you've been in that place where it's like, I still haven't forgiven myself for something, okay? I feel like this moon is bringing those things up to the surface for you to release it and to forgive yourself and let it go, okay? It's like, it's done. You can't change it. So what are you going to do? So I feel like there's even more healing and forgiveness that you're going to have for other people as well. Okay? Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the things, and then also the things that you need to work on for yourself, I feel like you already know what they are. You already know what they are, which is why you're doing the work. You didn't just look at the work and decide, okay, well, do I want to do it? Is it hard? Is it easy? You decided, I'm going to do it. Other people are looking at it like, well, I haven't decided yet. And you're like, what do you mean? That doesn't even make any sense. Why wouldn't you decide to do what needs to be done? Well, this full moon is really a different type of energy. Give me one more card for the collective. What do you want them to be aware of going forward from this full moon? I like this. Virgo energy, chess, strategy, planning, thinking ahead, tactics, moves, counter moves, course of action, power play, game theory, consequence action. Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time. They go, how did you do this? I planned it. How did you accomplish that? I strategized. Well, what did you do for this? I thought ahead. I laid out my plan. I had a vision board. I did the, like, I don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this and I have to strategize and plan. If you guys saw my notebooks, I have like 3 notebooks. Okay, I get these journals from Ross, or mainly Ross, because it's like one of my favorite stores. And sometimes CVS if they're on sale. And all my plans are in there, guys. All my visions are in there. all my thoughts, all my ideas. Everything goes into a journal. And I carry them with me. They're small, they're not big ones. Okay? The reason why I do that is because I learned a long time ago that they diagnose people with ADHD, but I'm going to keep it so real with you. I believe ADHD exists in everybody on the face of this earth. I do. Either ADD or ADHD. I don't really think it's a medical diagnosis. However, I do believe that it can be, there's levels to it. And so with the higher level ones, you may need medication. Okay, but I believe everybody has ADD and ADHD somewhere. Okay, it's just how the human brain works personally. So with that being the case, I applied time management and organization, things that I was taught. I apply those in my life. Okay, I have things that I learned in high school, in elementary school, that methods that I still use today. I am not lying. Okay, so I have gotten to the point where I realize in life, anything that you want, you have to plan for. You have to plan, even for your husbands and wives. If you want a husband or wife, you got to plan your life for that. You got to make room for that in your life. You want a raise in your job, you got to plan for the work that needs to be done to be recognized for the raise. Nothing in life just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't work that way. And you don't just get something for nothing. You have to put out something. You got to put out work. You got to put out effort. You got to put out energy. But a lot of people are impatient and they don't want to hear that, which is why they resort to accepting less than and then making the excuse that they're okay with it, but obviously they're not. Or they resort to moving and making decisions in a way that does not yield positive results in their life. And then they want to blame everybody else. Yet they won't take advice from people and don't want to hear the truth. And hate the truth. Okay? So, collective, what I'm hearing is within the next few weeks, the energy of this full moon is going to usher in a victory for you in an area of your life where something's going to struggle or something's going to come to an end so that you can have a brand new beginning. Whether it's your career, your money, people attacking you, whatever it is, all right? It's a new season, okay? And y'all have people around you that are insecure. They're jealous of the fact that you've gained confidence. They're jealous of the fact that you've done the work. And you're doing the work. Because doing the work is a continuous project. It is. Okay? But all I can say is keep doing what you're doing. Because this full moon energy is ushering in even more ability for you to plot, plan, and strategize on what it is you want. And the only reason that God would be push you in that direction is because what you want for your life, no matter what it is, work, love, related, whatever it is attainable. Okay? But you have to know how to get there. Yeah, you have to know how to get there. You have to know the strategy on how you plan to get there. People tell me all the time, oh, I want to open up a restaurant. Oh, I want to do this. I'm like, oh, well, let me see your business plan. I don't have one. You don't have a business plan? Do you know, a business plan for a restaurant will consist of a menu, mock-up menus and everything. What would your flyers look like? You're talking about going out and getting a business license, but all this time that you're sitting here, you could be making flyers for your business. You could be creating the menu. You could be coming up with the color scheme. You could be making a list of all the equipment that you're going to need when you get in it. See, That's the problem. People want to say, oh, I want to open a business, then they go rent a building. Now they're like, oh, okay, now I got to go figure out what equipment I want. Efficiency, streamlining, planning. A lot of people tell me, well, I don't have the money. You don't need the money right now. You don't even have a damn business plan. You don't have a business plan. You don't have a list of what you need. You don't have an idea what you want it to look like. You don't have an idea what kind of environment you want to be in. You don't have an idea what neighborhood you want to be. But you want to open up a restaurant. You saying it, but you're not acting like you do. Planning, strategizing. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I blame schools for this. I blame our high schools and our schools, our elementary schools, for people not having this ability to strategize and plan. Because this is something I learned in school. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to keep it so 100. This is why I invested in private school education for my kids up until a certain age, because the foundational values that they set, I literally am still carrying with me now, and I'm 40-some years old. I didn't learn this in high school. I learned this in elementary school. To plot, to strategize, to think ahead. Our school systems suck because they don't teach you to dream. They don't teach you to strive. Okay? They don't. I hate to say it, they don't. They teach you to settle for just enough or be okay with just enough. And then when you become an adult, you're like, but this isn't what just enough isn't really what I want. I feel like I want more. But you don't know how to get to it. Because the school system is designed to make you be content with just enough. But some of y'all have never been content with just the basics in life. You haven't. And you're never going to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So this is what I have for you guys for this full moon energy. All right? Oh, I guess I'll give you guys one of these spirit messages. Spirit, tell me, what do the collective spirit guides want them to know? No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. Now, if that's not a fitting message, I don't know what is. I don't know what it is. Like, really, that is a very fitting message for this full moon message for you guys. For real. Okay? So, if you need help strategizing, planning, that's what I'm here for. Like I told you, all of us didn't grow up in families that were entrepreneurial. So you may need help with a business plan or laying things out. How do I even start? Where do I even start at, Sapphire? You don't need money to start to build an idea. I tell people this all the time. Okay? You could build it from the ground up. No money is needed to start. Lay out your parameters. All right? What is the other thing? Some of us may not know how to get to a healthy relationship. Okay? Sometimes you need to plan and strategize that. What am I going to change to get to my husband or wife? Okay? Planning and strategizing for what else? Your career. I had a list of what positions I wanted over the next 5 to 10 years. I sure did. I wrote them down. I did my research. I used to go, when I was working at Chase, I used to go through the career system, the career portal, and I would look at all the different jobs and positions and read their descriptions. And I was like, I want to do this one day. That was literally how I ended up growing the way I did and getting into IT and forensic accounting and project management, financial project management. I set goals for myself. I strategized. I didn't know about those positions. I had to go find out about them. So I looked on the portal. You know, the things that we want in life, we have due diligence. We got to do the work. And if you're not willing to do the work to have those things in life, then you can't complain because you don't have them. Because you didn't put any effort in. Nothing is owed to us, guys. If you want it, you got to go get it. If you believe you deserve it, then you need to go get it. I didn't say you had to prove it. I said you need to go get it. Because sometimes you do deserve it. But where you're at, it's not there. You have to go get it. Okay? And you also need to recognize when you have people, places, and situations in your environment that don't want what you want. So they look at you like, why she want that? Why does he want that? Why they need to have this or that? What you want is you don't have to explain that to anybody. What you need or what you feel you want to be comfortable, you don't need to explain that shit to no one. Okay? You need to go get it. Go get it. Yep. And I promise you, when you do, the same people who were questioning why you had to have it will want to sit at the table and enjoy it with you. Or enjoy the fruits of it. Trust me. I've been there. Okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm going to continue to do the pay what you can right now with appointments. Yeah, I'm going to continue that for right now. All right? So I'll speak to you guys later. I love you. Bye. Suffer out.